Hello, hello. Okay, so yesterday was not a very productive day due to a drag bug, I guess. The bug. It's just me misunderstanding how this works. So the problem I encountered basically that the dragging motion was not in sync with the mouse. And I was pretty much stuck all day, like 2 hours. For the 2 hours I streamed yesterday. So I asked a question on the Bevy Discord and I got some suggestions where they told me, let's see, oh yeah, because I tried Bevy enhanced input and also the built-in input handling, same behavior. I experienced the same behavior. And then someone mentioned, let's see, where is it? Pointer device. I saw it somewhere. Anyway, someone mentioned that I should use a drag event instead. Could I use the pick and drag event instead? Yeah, so. And here, what's happening in both your examples, I'm quite sure, is that you aren't converting the mouse deltas to world coordinates properly. Even with the picking drag event, you might still have to convert to world coordinates manually. Depending on which picking backend is used. So sprite picking, I'm not using sprites, I'm using something else. But I actually copied the code from the sprite picking backend and made some modifications. So it should work if I just switch using the drag event instead. Okay, so the problem again. Problem is when I'm dragging, stuff moves faster or slower depending on the zoom. And also when I release the mouse, it's still moving around. So let's see. So my picking backend for world space is straight up a copy from the sprite backend in Bevy with some modification, as I am doing vector graphics. So this small part is probably the difference only. The rest should be the same. So I had this draggable thing. So currently I'm using pressed and my own components, market components, to decide whether or not something is being dragged or not. But here apparently I should do, let's see, because I want to do this. Yes, drag end. I still want to mark my entities with a dragging component when they're being dragged, so I can disable some other functionality. Oh, I'm hearing myself in an echo. Hold on. Why is that? Hmm. Testing. Okay. All good. Okay. And what I did previously was this, but now instead I kind of want to do, oh, hold on, this change name, on drag, start, on drag, end. And this part should instead be a on drag. Okay, I guess I want this up here. Oh, Copilot again. If let, okay, mutable, transform. Oh, thank you. This should be what I need. Okay, and this should be trigger. Oh, delta, nice. This is a vec2, right? And I need vec3. And this is gone. And on drag. Let's see if it works. Ah, kind of works. Cool. Yeah, let's kind of assume probably doesn't work. Yeah. So this is the projection scale. So camera query maybe. Just gonna remove this. Hold on. Copilot disable. No. Camera. Vello view. Right. And suppose camera query get, and then a trigger. Oh, I thought the trigger have what's an entity? I thought it was it drag event. Oh no, the drag event doesn't have that. I think drag start. Yeah, the hit data. And that has the camera entity, whatever. So I'll just grab one and only camera for now. And maybe here or here. And can I scale this like this? No. Camera. Oh, how do I get scale? Maybe it's the view. Is that a thing? A window. No, hold on. It's a projection I need. So how do I get that? Is that a thing? Projection. Okay. Graphic scale, right? So if let sum, actually this equals if let sum, can I do scale directly? No, if, hold on, if orthographic projection, projection, is that a thing? No, hold on, projection, okay, do I need to do this? No. Oh, maybe this. Expected tuple struct. Orthographic. Oh, is it like this? Ah, like this. Yes. Okay, so projection scale else 1. Maybe. And can I do this? Zoom. Yeah, that works as well. Now I can zoom and drag. Nice. Very good. Awesome. The Discord channel was helpful. Thank you very much. Who was the most helpful? Okay. Thanks for it. Maybe I'll make a short video just to show them it works. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. There we go. And I suppose I can the code also. Right. Probably don't need to show that part. Probably just show this. All. And then screencast. Someone else was helping also. Hold on. Whatever. Good. Who was it? Nth. Okay, nth. Nth. CC. Nth. 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 Yes. Much appreciated. Okay. That was yesterday done. Awesome. Which means I can, okay, move that. So before I got the response yesterday, I thought I was going to do something else, but this was a lot simpler, fortunately. Oh no, I forgot to record. Ah, well. Ah, maybe I can download it from Twitch or something. Okay. Drag and drop cards on table. Done. Okay. So I have the grid position. Okay. Fine. All good. So when I drop it, I want to update the grid position, which means I need to. What does it mean? Yes. So I also want to animate this, I guess. Animate R to new position. I suppose when can I do this? Add systems. So I want to observe when a component is removed. So when this is the grid. What I want to do, I think, is I'm just gonna make a comment first. System to figure out which grid coordinate we stopped dragging it. I don't know what to call it. I'm just gonna do where are we? And that will have read position query. Thank you. And here, do we have removed? No, that's not a thing. I need to check the examples. Removed. Removal detection. React on removal. Okay, trigger on remove of my component. Okay, so trigger on remove. This will be dragging. I want the grid positions without dragging. And here, if let some grid position, grid position query get mutable. Oh, is this a thing? Do I want to do this? Yes. I just want to update the grid position. And that also means I have to know, I need to calculate what the grid position will be based on the transform. Transform entity, the grid position is what I want to change. This will be entity query. Entity query. This will be transform and a mutable grid position. Okay. No. Mismatch type. Is it okay? Yes. Okay, so I have the transform. What do I need to do? First off, calculate closest grid position or grid coordinate from transform. Update grid position with a new coordinates. I also display Copilot off. I want to display a dotted outline of where the card would be dropped if released. Not dotted, dashed. Dashed. Render. And I also want to render, this is polish. Polish. Or at the end. Render a shadow. when dragging. Render a shadow when hovering. Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay, calculate the closest. Do I have a function for this? Convert to grid position, but I want to do like to grid to from. Can I do from? From transform. And that would be self. This is sort of there we go. So this would be this form. Right. Self. Here. Right. So X is transform, translation, X something, Y same thing. But here I need to like times it with the cell X is width, yes. And cell height plus, no. Let's see, plus cell spacing maybe. Oh, how do I surround? No. Cell spacing. Right, as I32. Can I do that? No. I32. I32. Can I do it like that? No. And why? Oh. There we go. Formatting is doing its thing. I didn't want to do this, but fine. As I32. As I32. Okay. Associate items in this implementation. Oh, that code. Okay. Let grid position equals. Yes. Grid position from transform. Borrow. I wonder. Oh, hold on. No. I need to observe the behavior. Add observer. Where are we? No, that didn't work. Okay, some logs maybe. Change surround. Huh. The behavior isn't observed. What am I doing wrong? So entity. Hold on, that's not the right one. Where are we? We are here. Okay. Oh, that's the wrong one. And is it triggering at all? That's the question. Yes, when I release, we get so far. So what happens? Let's just do like this. Do I find the thing? No. Okay. So I suppose, right, the dragging component is probably there. Because it's the same frame. Yeah, whoops. Okay, it's triggering. The question is, what do I get? Let's do let new pause is new pause. Okay. Oh, it's just formatting. Oh, wow. Right, because I'm doing times, I should divide. There we go. Maybe I am thinking about this wrong. Oh, let's see. I am actually not updating the transform. So, or the grid position. So grid position will be the new position. Hopefully it snaps. Yes, so it snaps now. That's cool. Cool. Oh, that's funny. What happened there? Okay, well, it kind of works. That's good. What happens if I zoom though? I zoom out. Oh, kind of works. Kinda. I probably want to, lastly, use the mouse. Not necessarily the mouse actually, because I do want to use other inputs, not only mouse. Anyway, what I was thinking was position, or set the grid position to whichever whichever grid position is closest to the pointer. I'll just say maybe. So I want to use other inputs as well. For example, gamepad. Although. Okay, so this is done. When dropped, update grid position, animate card to new position. So instead of snapping it to the new coordinates, I want to smoothly animate it. And that would be, so this new system here. Update on stopped dragging. Okay. So here. Here instead I want to do some sort of component. I am animating other things. Let's see. Card. The card, I guess. I do have animations here. Yeah, so just a component with a timer. This will be snap to grid animation. Maybe I should move this to... No, it should be in the grid. That's fine. So snap to grid. And instead of updating this here, snap to grid animation. Hold on. What do I do with cards and animations? I don't store any information. I just calculate everything. That's fine. But in this case, I do need the origin, I think, because I want to interpolate between the origin of where the thing is released to where it should be. And snap to grid animation speed equals 0.23 maybe. How fast do I do this? 25. Okay. I'll just keep it 25 here also. And when I stop dragging, I'll instead do just the entity. And here I'll just do command entity trigger. Oh, I don't even need a query here. Hold on, it's gonna comment out stuff. So I just need the command. Because the trigger has the entity ID. I can just say, well, not even that, I can just do immediately. Oh, I want to keep that around. I can maybe say command entity trigger target insert something snap to grid. Oops. And origin. Oh, right. So I do need this. Copy paste. Undo. Back in action. I don't need the entity. I just need to transform. Right. Don't need it to be mutable. Origin will be transform translation. And timer will be from seconds, duration. How do I do this again? Do this again. Duration. Timer, come on. Oh. Timer mode, let's see. Okay, so this basically. But animation. What's wrong here? Syntax error. Oh. There we go. So now instead of doing the grid position update immediately, I just attach a new component, snap to grid animation, and animate snap to grid. I'll probably just grab some code here. Copy paste. So now all I want is okay, so this is rough, I think. No. So when the grid position is changed, that is when I update stuff. So I can solve two things at once if I change this a bit. So here, this is actually where I position stuff from the get-go. When grid position is changed, then I get the world position and just transform to that or translate to that. So instead of doing this, I need to do a lot of copy pasting, undo. Yep, okay. Okay, so here. When I stop dragging, I update the grid position, which means this will trigger. Because the grid position changed. So instead of this updating transform immediately, this will create the animation. Instead. Oh, did I undo the animation speed thingy? Fine. That's the animation. non-stop dragging. This is what I want. That. There. Okay. Not that. This is not a figure, so entity. I don't need the new grid position, just form. I think. Right. So 0.25. Okay. So what happens here? Once repeating. Okay. Snap to grid animation. Animate snap to grid. This will be with snap. Oh, I need that. Hold on. Snap to grid animation. Snap query, sure. So we have the timer. Oh, animation. Leaving card. Right. Snap. Animation. Transform. Cool. If snap animation timer finishes. Oh, I need entity. Do need entity. Entity. Remove snap to grid animation. Otherwise, snap animation timer tick, the delta. I do want elastic thingy. Snap animation timer fraction. And here, this is where we need the, let's see, transform. So destination translation is, what is it? Destination translation is my grid position from transform, which is not the current transform. It is the snap animation origin. That's not a transform, that's a vec3. Okay, so origin. Oh, hold on. This is destination. Reposition, snap animation origin. From, let's do a from. Do I even use this anywhere else? From transform, animate snap. One. Yes, okay, from transform. I can just do from translation. And I do translation. Oops. Oh. Hold on. Vec3. From Vec3. Sure. Sure. I mean, I could do from Vec3 for grid position function from boom. No, not from Vec3. Other way around. From grid position. No. Yes. Value X, value Y. There we go. Grid position. Oops. Grid. That worked, right? Yep. Okay. So now, translation is instead snap animation origin derp destination V. No? Oh, origin. Not origin, destination. Oh no, destination. Oh, maybe I should do this. So from grid position or Vec3, can I do this? From grid. Am I allowed to do this? Yes. Looks like it. Okay, cool. Self here is XYZ. We'll want 0. I don't really care about the Z axis in these cases, I think. Because Z index was optional Z coordinate for 3D positioning. Oh, whatever. Anyway, I have the grid position. I just need to do I can just do to world, right? Yeah, I already have that. But I don't like that. I should probably just do this. Have that here. Here. Oh, self. Thought self would be. Oh, hold on. Guess. No. From. Yes, self. What is self? That's the Vec3. The value. Value. Can't do this. What is the trait? from grid position. This function doesn't have a self parameter. It's like this. Oh, come on. Function from value. Okay. Self. Okay. That would be value set. Fine. Oh, no. Oh. There we go. And am I using this here? Yes. 2. Course. Can that be implicit? No. Hold on. I thought I would be able to do this. Vic 3, 2 maybe. Yes. I'll borrow snap animation timer because cannot borrow snap animation timer as mutable as is behind the reference. Okay. Right, here we go. Okay, animate. Animate. No errors. Okay. I mean, it does animate now. It's ugly though, but yeah. It's very harsh. Probably not elastic. I will do try ease out bounce. A bit too slow, I think. Animation time. Like 100 milliseconds. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now the question is why the original position isn't set properly. And grid position change. This should be I mean, currently I'm just spawning some stuff here. I am setting grid position. Just a moment. Okay, I'm just gonna do does this happen? Yes. Okay. If I do insert snap to grid, the region will be 0, 0. Okay. Well, this would be 0, 0. Fine. Why? Let me think about this. Am I maybe, because of the logic here, maybe setting everything to 0, 0 to start with? Hold on. So instead of logging this, let's do right. This doesn't matter. Here though. Destination. Is this happening? I'll just do it here. So everything is 0. Even though I'm setting it here. Why is that? Somewhere. Oh, wait. Snap to grid animation. I'm basing it on the translation, so this is wrong. I mean, it's correct for dragging, but it's not correct for the initial setup. So, maybe I should use destination here. Which in this case would be hold on. Wait. I don't want to overcomplicate it. So here, when the grid position is changed, that happens when this happens, okay? When I stop dragging something that has a grid position, calculate the new grid position. New grid position. Oops. Position. Based on the translation. Okay. That's when I stop dragging. The new grid position will have coordinates basically based on the current transform. This only happens when the dragging component is removed from an entity. Okay. I mean, in theory, see, should not happen. Okay. Yeah, it didn't happen. Cool. So I can dismiss this. The other thing is here. Yes. So animate snap to grid assumes. What does it assume? It assumes that the transform is the basis of grid position. That's wrong. What I actually need to do is say here. I actually need to do this. Think. Because I want a destination rather than a whatever I said before. The destination in this case would be this. Transform. Translation. Right? Oh, sorry. That kind of destination. I'm just gonna call this from and have a 2. And this would be transform. No. This would be 2 grid pos. Grid position. No, that's wrong also. It would be. What will it be? Because this is when the grid position is changed. Okay, I need to think about this more. This is the current grid position. Based on nothing, it's just what the value is. My brain hurts. Update transform system. When a grid position is changed, I do something. That's actually, yeah, that's the destination, like the target. It's the target, basically. That's cool. Cool. So destination or 2 equals current grid position into vec3, right? From vec3 for grid position. Yes. Two. Why can't I do into? Trade bound vec3. It's not satisfied because the current grid. Oh, it's a reference. That's why. Sure. I'll add that. That's owned. Maybe this was a bad idea. Do this. No. I don't want to do this. Does it matter though? I don't know if this matters. If I was to be... I mean, I will end up doing this anyway. Yeah. Okay, so I have from, I have a 2. Destination in 2, so this would just be snap animation 2. Probably. Hopefully they animate now. Yes. Cool. Nice. Easy peasy, huh? Oh, I see another thing I need to fix. That is drag and drop on drag and drop cards on table workspace. So another thing, I'll do this later. Fix or set index. Oh, I don't know. Work on set indexing when cards are stacked. Cool. Not necessarily cards, like grids, grid position entities are stacked. What time is it? It's almost 4 o'clock locally. I think I might call it a day. Because I felt I got a lot done today in almost, just an hour basically. Wow. I mean, I suppose I could try this, render a dashed outline of where the card would be dropped if released. So that would be like display or draw visual cue. Q. Spelled the same. Okay, so draw visual. Maybe I'm looking at this word, cue. Not like a line. It's a visual cue. Whatever. And so grid. What do I want to do here? When I drag something with a grid position. Yes, okay. So trigger trigger. Now I'm treading into territory of I'm explicitly using the pointer interactions now, which is a bit, it's a shame really. So grid position. Because I'm already doing this, right? In draggable. Where do pointer drag start? Will it make sense to make a new event? Where I hold on. Because I'm trying to visualize when I use a gamepad, for example. I probably don't want to like use the stick to pan the view. I know Stacklands. Hold on, Stacklands. Stacklands. If you play Stacklands with controller, this dot here is actually the thing you navigate around with. Everything under the dot here will be focused. And I don't like that much. I would much rather just navigate around with the D-pad or something. So if, for example, I would be here and I press right, it would jump over here. If I press southeast, jump down here. Yeah, that way. I mean, this dot can be a thing, of course, but yeah. And what about it? Yeah, so I kind of want to do this logic when many things are happening, I guess. So this would not only be point to drag start, it would be like drag start of like game action, drag start or something, which would include gamepad, mouse, touch, etc. So I guess this is where Bevy enhanced input comes into play, maybe. Bevy enhanced input, which I tried yesterday. Because then I do simple fly cam. Then I would register actions on an entity, like all the flycam actions on this entity. And then what? Actions bind, move. So the flycam gets the move. I don't know what 2 is. Move. All actually be implemented input action trait. Can be done manually. Yeah. And then when all of those things are registered or bound, what then? Apply movement, trigger, fired, move. That means I could bind the same action with multiple inputs, right? Mouse motion, right stick, yeah. That would trigger this. Move. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Do I need to do this now though? Probably not. If I skipped it now, okay, so right, that's multiple inputs, but what if I want one input to perform many things? For example, the dragging that I have. So when I click and hold, I add a component that releases the card, in this case, from the grid. When I actually drag around, I'm updating translation. That's another thing. When I release, I'm giving back the card to the grid, and the grid can animate it to wherever it should be. This is with the mouse, but I also want to have that happen if I focus here with the gamepad and I press X or A or whatever. It should be grabbed and released. I should be able to move it around, maybe snap it around like this. And press X or A again to release it. Back into the grid. And if I keep doing what I'm doing now, I will have to create multiple systems for the same thing, but different inputs, I guess. No, one input, multiple things happening. That's what I'm talking about. So don't need to think about this even. Let's say I want to do that thing. would be start drag. So this would be like on gamepad, start drag, or drag start. This would be gamepad button maybe. Button, no. How is this? How do I do gamepad input maybe? Right, so button. And that's a gamepad button. No. Okay. Other. What do you mean? Gamepad button. What else is it? I mean, what about A, B, and X and gamepad button X? Oh, it's an event. Miscellaneous button, consider non-standard, okay? D-pad, start select, trigger, CZ, I have no idea. Oh, here, southeast, northwest. Right. It would be south for me then. Oops. South. That's what I want to do, but I don't know how to do it. Examples. Input, gamepad. Trigger. But I want to trigger. Trigger, no. Trigger. Maybe we don't have that out of the box. Remove pointer. Trigger. I have to do my own. Trigger events, I guess. Can't have everything. It would be derive event, enum gamepad event. Gamepad. I want to know. Hold on. Can I try something? Gamepad event. No gamepad event. Gamepad event. This will take gamepad button. Oh, hold on. Not enum. Correct. Oops. Come on. Correct. Event. And then trigger gamepad events. This would be, oh, there, here. Gamepad input. No, not input. Gamepad. Want all the events, input events. Here we go. Basically this. Oh, event ordering. I suppose that's important for fighting games and stuff. If you require in-frame relative event ordering, you can also read the gamepad event stream directly. For standard use cases, reading the events individually or using the input T or axis T resource is preferable. Oh. Can I use? Hold on. Oh, no. I want to copy that first. Can I do input here? Gamepad. Button. Can I? No. It's USVG. That's not the one I want. Input. Gamepad input. No. That's not an event. This is done so gamepad can share a single axis. Okay. Do we have an event in here? Gamepad. Gamepad event processing. Processed. Event writer. Changed events. Gamepad event. Is a trigger though. Gamepad event. A button of a game. Hold on. A button of the gamepad has been triggered. Gamepad event. Okay. So can I do this? Maybe. Connection button axis. Okay. Enough exploration. Definitely doable. And I can just copy paste. I don't need to make some abstraction or anything right now. So the dashed outlined. Do I want to do this now? No, not really. Maybe set the grid position to whichever grid position is closest to the pointer, although I want to. I did that. Drag and drop cards in hand. This is has some interesting problems, I guess. Sort cards in hand. Capability. Sort cards in hand. By dragging and dropping. Okay. This means we need to have a drop area, an invisible drop area that pertains to the hand. Here we have a bunch of interesting stuff as well. Drag and drop cards from hand to table. Animate between screen space to world space. This is probably just I think I want to do a snap between spaces depending on our spaces when hovering over drop areas, I guess. UI drop areas. Drag and drop cards from table to hand. It's pretty much the same thing. Drop a card on another tabled card and stack them. Yeah. Start executing gameplay logic. What time is it? 16:11. So 4 p.m. I actually think I will end the stream now. And I will continue tomorrow instead. Yeah, that is what I will do. First off, okay, game client to do. Actually, add draggable first. Grid. Yes, 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 yes. Let's see. So this is the card front. Probably don't need to commit anything there. Drag scale. Oh, hold on. Marco format. Game. Card front. This is just visual stuff. This is hold on, the visual stuff. Do I need that? I add a bunch of elements. Oh, I probably need it. Yes, yes. This is a drag stuff. Yes. Yes. Game state. Yes, I do need that. Yes. This is hand, where I added the rendering of cards in hand and fan out and stuff. Yes. Client source game inventory. I don't really need to add that. Game mod, probably yes. And plugin and draggable plugin. Insert resource active character. I do need that, but not now, maybe. This. Oh, it was the picking systems, right? So I had the picking system in the game module. I moved it. And pan cam. I don't need to add that. Also test. I don't need this. I do need to add pan cam. No, I don't need to do anything. Hold on. Oh, the picking back, and I need to add. What else? It's a shame I used cargo font. I think it's broken. Picking backend. See? Now picking backend has no changes. And this is because of something. I think I'm using format. So in the editor, I'm using Rust or Cargo, like the stable version, and here I'm using the nightly, I think. And the reason I'm doing that is because of compilation speeds. And I haven't figured out how to use nightly in NeoVim, I think. Maybe I should try to. No, not on stream. Okay, but yeah, I'm just gonna call it. I'll be back tomorrow. Do some more Bevy programming.